Welcome, my sisters and brothers. This is Sabrina. I am your success and manifestation mindset coach for the masterclass this week. Today is Tuesday and we are here on day 2 of the challenge of Your Vision is Your Future. And today we are going to be talking about developing an attitude of faith. So as you're hopping on, say hello, get engaged, let us know where you are watching from, and no question is a silly question. No comment is a silly comment. So please, we are here to all learn from each other. I encourage you to take the most out of this training by participating, by engaging, and by asking questions. I want to first take an opportunity to thank each and every one of you for all the messages I was receiving yesterday, the conversations, that we were having following the training. I always find it humbling when I do these challenges or when I do these master classes, the growth that individuals can have in such a short period of time. And I appreciate that you allow me in on this journey. And so I just really wanted to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. Those breakthrough activation calls are happening. You can still hop in and get your spot today. Just let us know. You can reach out to myself or Jordana or Julia, or you can simply just drop call in the comments below and we will help get you in touch with one of those calls. A reminder for this training that there is a workbook, and this workbook is your guide to the week, to the challenge, but it also has a lot of valuable, homework and worksheets for you to do so that you can apply what you are learning this week. And so if you have not received it, the link is here in the video. I encourage you to download that. The lives are happening at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and replays will be available here in the group. In the guide section, you'll be able to find everything there. The replays are only available for a limited amount of time, probably until mid to end of next week. So make sure you make some time for yourself and you watch those if you cannot watch live, okay? But again, whether you watch live or you watch on a replay, I encourage you to comment and to participate. This challenge is going to end on Saturday with a special treat for each and every one of you. We're going to be coming together to do our vision board. And so you have to register for this event. Again, the link is in the comments here in the video. And finally, there is a giveaway that's happening to help you be a diamond vision ready. It's not too late to hop into this giveaway. Thank you to those of you who are already participating, but you will get not only a coaching call with myself, but you will also receive a free copy of Momming Hard, which is the co-author book that is out this week, which I was fortunate and blessed enough to share my story and journey surrounding motherhood and the trials and tribulations. So you'll receive a free copy of that as well. So if you are enjoying this training and you'd like to get in on this giveaway, just ask us how. Reach out and let us know. So we are here. I want to congratulate you for showing up today, for being here on day 2, where we are going to talk about having faith. And what does that really mean? What does that look like? How do we cultivate faith? And what prevents us from having faith? That is what I am going to be discussing here today. So, there is importance. There's importance in finding your way. Mark Twain, he has a famous quote, and it states, "The 2 most important days in your life are the day that you were born and the day that you find out why." I've always loved that quote because one of the main characteristics in terms of determining your why and walking in your purpose, it relies on your ability to have faith. You need to be able to have faith. If you think about it, every human being, whether they're aware of it or not, is trying to find their why, trying to find their purpose, their passions. And finding your passion, it not only impacts you, but it impacts everyone that crosses your path. The magic of finding your passion and your why, it flows in all directions. For example, there would have been no Think and Grow Rich if Napoleon Hill hadn't had that life-changing moment when Andrew Carnegie approached him with an extraordinary idea of identifying a formula for success. And without a doubt, Carnegie also had his day, his own path-defining experience. And on it goes. A web of influence, that is impacting and reaching back into the past, but also forward into the future and out in every possible direction. So the connections never stop. This web of influence never stops. And that is the point. That is the point. Your life-changing day, your aha moments that you experience, your transformations, your improvements, and your breakthroughs are never just yours. They reverberate further beyond you than you can ever know. Have you had your aha moment or something that you feel has been an aha moment? If you have, drop aha in the comments below and maybe share a little bit about it. It's very powerful. And yet, knowing all this, knowing how it impacts so much more than you, the hardest thing in the world is learning how to trust ourselves and to trust your intuition. That's the hardest thing in the world. I used to be guilty of this. I used to be completely guilty of asking anyone and everyone for help when I had, let's say, a big decision to make. Instead of listening to the most important opinion, which was myself, that voice inside me. So most of the time when we are asking outside of ourselves for the information or to be guided in a certain way, we're ignoring the intuition that lies within us, that's already residing within us. We're ignoring it. And the problem is we just don't know how to trust it. Does this resonate with you? Do you feel that you have a hard time trusting that voice inside? Can you even think about maybe a situation that has happened in your life when your inner gut was telling you something and you just didn't pay attention? And then afterwards, when you reflected back, you said to yourself, oh, I should have done that. I should have followed my instinct. And then we continue to make the same mistake. So that's the pattern, the habit that we need to stop here today. A large part of this mistrust that we have, it falls to our belief system or our paradigms. A paradigm can really be likened to like a program, that has been installed in your subconscious mind. It's like a computer program in your subconscious mind. It's a mental program that has exclusive control over your habitual behavior. It's a program that is made specifically for you. It is unique to you. And so when you think about it, if you think about it, you'll realize that your routines, they virtually, all of your behavior is part of a routine. It really is. For instance, you follow a routine when you get up in the morning, when you go to bed at night. You know, the way you eat, work, exercise, play, relax, handle conflicts, communicate. They're all habits. They all follow a certain routine or way of behaving and responding. So let's explore this. Let's explore this a little bit deeper. You know, we have a conscious mind, which is our thinking mind. And then we have our subconscious mind, which is our emotional mind. And our emotional mind is based on our core beliefs, our paradigms, you know, of experiences that we have had. And all of this shapes our behaviors. It all shapes our behaviors, which then, you know, becomes habits. So our conscious mind, it feeds our subconscious mind automatic thoughts. Every given day, in every given moment, we have thoughts happening in our brain, whether we are aware of it or not. And these automatic thoughts are based on our learned experiences, but they're not necessarily based on facts. We attach perceptions. We attach opinions to those learned experiences. That is not necessarily the reality of the situation. And so these perceptions then feed into our fear, and then they cultivate indecision, they cultivate doubt, and then you just stay stuck in the same place that you were the year before and the year before that. Therefore, fear really is nothing more than a state of mind, and we can control the direction of where that state of mind goes. This internal battle, it's reflective of the battle that is happening within our mind. That's what it is reflective of. So when we are faced with what I like to call our intuitive hits, when we're faced with that, our mind, it goes into overdrive. It wants to convince you to stay where you are. Who has experienced this? Who then starts to think about all the ways that it possibly cannot work? If that's you, raise your hand below. It's a very uncomfortable feeling because your paradigms, they want you to stay where things are comfortable, where things are familiar. Your paradigms don't want you to go into uncharted territory, into that unknown. Even though if staying where you are is harmful, it's what you know. It's what you know and what you've been comfortable with. So that's what happens. That's what happens to everyone. When we impress a new idea on our subconscious mind, we immediately try to figure out all the ways of how it can't happen. We immediately try to figure out the how. But the problem is when we try to figure out the how, we are currently focusing on what we currently know. And what we currently know could be based on negative beliefs. Most of us are learned. Most of us have intellect. Most of us have some form of education, but we're reluctant to keep learning or keep moving. And so we limit ourselves to what we already know. And so you have a choice. You can either illuminate your life or you can darken your life. And this is by the ideas in which you choose to consent to. It's all your choice. You know, Neville Goddard, fantastic author, highly recommend. He discusses this concept of the four mighty ones. And I liken this to the four areas of your spirit or of your soul. So he talks about the producer. You know, the producer, he suggests a theme. It's the I wish, ... The second is the author. And the author, he dramatizes the theme, he writes it out in details, makes it clear as day. The third is the director. So what does the director do? He ensures that the actor is going to rehearse the script, and then you have the actor. And the actor performs the action using imagination until it takes the tone of reality. And so the drama of your life is really a joint effort of these 4 quarters of your spirit. It's a joint effort, and they all have to be working together. You know, my own personal journey, from being a social worker in the field to becoming an entrepreneur and now jumping into this exciting venture as a coach, and all the while in between there managing relationships, getting married, having children. It's not always been an easy one, and I think it's important to acknowledge that and to share that. I've had my own demons. I've had lack of confidence that sometimes still tries to rear its ugly head. I have my own limiting beliefs that I work on intentionally every single day. And they have held me back more often than I would like to admit. So you've probably experienced something similar, when pursuing your own goals and your own dreams. Most people, they're really, really reluctant to step out and act on a big idea for fear of what they will lose. Have you experienced that? Have you had a fear? You've had this amazing idea or this amazing opportunity. Your gut is telling you, yes, go for it. But your fear is holding you back. You're so worried of losing something, right? But if you stop and think about it, you'll realize that the worst that can happen is usually not all that bad. Really and truly, it's not. But the best that could happen is generally incredible. So what is faith? What is this idea of faith? Well, it is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. It is, that real substance of things that are hoped for, the evidence of things that are not seen. Faith sacrifices the apparent facts for the unapparent truths. I'm going to read that again. Faith sacrifices the apparent facts for the unapparent truths. It's a powerful concept. Faith, it really and truly, it holds fast to the fundamental truth that through the medium of assumption, invisible states will become visible facts. And so how do we cultivate faith? How do we put this into action? How do we develop this attitude of having faith in ourselves? First and foremost, you have to practice patience. You need to practice patience. There's beauty to be found in the journey. There really and truly is. In that slow, sometimes arduous pace. That's where you do a lot of the growing. If you think about it, a flower seed, it's not designed to bloom in the very first day that it's planted. A butterfly doesn't spread its wings directly from the cocoon. So you have to take your cues. Look at nature. Nature gives you cues. You need to follow that along. You need to take the opportunity to slow down, to pay attention to what the universe is trying to tell you, where the universe is guiding you to go. And you need to take one day at a time. You need to trust. You need to trust that the timing of things have a purpose. They have a purpose. Second, you have to continue your practice. And what I mean by that is that there is power. There's power in doing things that help you to become connected to yourself. And so whatever that is, spiritual practices, if you have those, continue them. Yoga, meditation, visualization, exercise, music, prayer. All of those are practices that, if done consistently, if done regularly, will help you to develop your attitude of faith and belief in yourself. Thirdly, serving others. I believe strongly in this. There is no joy in faith if you do not share it. It's a must. You need to share it. Serving others, even during our own hardships, even if we are struggling, it helps your mind, your body, and your soul recognize that there is a world beyond your own hurt. There's a world out there, and there might be something greater at work that you cannot possibly understand in that moment. But if you continue on and you continue serving others, you will come to understand it. It puts you in a more positive and greater vibration, even if you're hurting. Think of a time when you helped someone, even if you were struggling, and it didn't have to be something big. How did it make you feel? I know for myself, it raises my energy. I feel more positive. I feel invigorated, like I can do more. I start to feel motivated. So you have a unique opportunity, each and every one of us, to help others in this world, because we all bring unique gifts. So the next time that you want to act on a big idea, or if there's a big opportunity or any opportunity that presents itself, instead of trying to figure out the how, I want you to think about these 3 practices. I want you to recognize that you have simply introduced a new idea, and that doesn't yet mix with the old idea of yourself. That's the first step. Recognize it, sit with it. Yep, this is just something new. My old self is kind of not sure about it, but I'm just going to sit with it for a little bit. Second, rather than letting that old idea, that old paradigm win or keep you stuck, you're going to keep impressing this new idea onto your subconscious mind, and you're going to impress it with gratitude and faith. We call this autosuggestion. You're going to keep telling yourself that it's possible, telling yourself that this is something that you want, that you desire for your life. You're going to attach emotion to it. Thirdly, you're going to keep pushing. You're going to keep pushing into that unknown territory that you have fallen in love with. Say it out loud, that this is something that in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, you feel that you need to pursue. And so you just keep pushing every single day with intentionality. So you have to remember that your life, your skills, your talents, your abilities, these are all gifts from your Creator. They're all gifts from your Creator, and your gift that you can give back to whoever your Creator is what you choose to do with what you have been given. That is your gift. You need to make a conscious choice to use your abilities, to use your skills, and to share it, to make an impact. fear and growth, they truly go hand in hand. I know what my gifts are. I know what my gifts are, and I am on a mission to share them. I'm on a mission to share them. And are you ready? I'm going to ask you, are you ready to jump in to your given gifts? Are you ready to jump into your given gifts with my support as your coach? Are you ready to have faith in yourself? If you are, if you're ready to go all in, to trust your intuition and that inner voice, drop faith in the comments below. I just want to remind each and every one of you that you are important and that you are worthy. It's important that you recognize that. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and I want you to say it out loud. That's going to be part of your homework today, along with what is in your workbook. So a reminder that a homework post is going to go up later today. It's important that you do this, and it's important that you post about it to hold yourself accountable. Yesterday, I challenged all of you to really partake in an exercise that's going to be a cathartic experience for you. Bless and release. I expect to start seeing some of those reflections. I expect to start seeing some of those videos. And if you're daring, go live here in this community and share that experience with all of us so we can support you, so we can cheer you on, so you can feel the energetic vibration from all of us. I expect to start seeing that. Reminder that the giveaway is still going strong within the group. Don't miss your chance at winning. It's easy peasy. And my book, Momming Hard, part of my vision board that I can now scratch off, it's now available for purchase. If you'd like to support me as an author, just reach out and let me know, and I'll get you the details of how you can purchase this book, where 23 authors came together and they shared, their vulnerabilities as a mom, their struggles, the real life behind the scenes, and how they overcame it, and how it's okay. Tomorrow we are back here for our final live this week before we do the virtual vision board party on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about living your life abundantly. Living your life with gratitude. And so I hope to see each and every one of you committed and back here tomorrow. Go and make yourself an absolutely fabulous day. I appreciate each and every one of you, Sabrina.